Melus's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance. Finally!
Something...
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriet!
Huh? What confrérie?
I've heard of them, but...
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Commit, and if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also...
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia, members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand... Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney.
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charge.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of... If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as...
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my...
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula, during the banquet, when the guests arrived at the scene, the guards' investigation did not... The suspect did not dispute. Callus was defeated by Chen. These are the known facts.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing...
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared... However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information. The testimony of the victim's family confirms that however, unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and this assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead. pile of clothing, but now... Realizing this, the
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as what?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective...
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide...
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicates...
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, 1, do you have the evidence to back up your claim?
I'm afraid not. At least not at the...
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just...
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of... we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would...
Why do I feel like Farina's...
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last...
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as... then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person...
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were... The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the series. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to... What was certain, however, was that it would paint...
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been...
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us... Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine... But what good would that do? How had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice? But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents, and I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge,
So, you mean to...
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to act. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have... But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you...
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was
As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of... In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faint... Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still...
Right? What she said was fat.
Wait, weren't they just talking about this?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases, in my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized the culprit could only time their actions so precisely. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia.
No need to appeal to...
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely...
I don't know what you can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm... Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyway.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high... In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and... But the disappearance...
I do apologize,
No.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends, and could those records and testimonies do something to appease the
Seems like she got the wrong...
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely...
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of it. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings and to stop rushing headlong into things. You'd have met...
This isn't just about me. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse. The people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearance. Many people's images. And whose... Is it a man named... Oh. So you...
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly see...
I was waiting for you to...
Solidify!
Useless.
No, my sword! Kamisato art! Sumetsu! My apologies! Take flight!
That'll show us the way up. The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Solidify!
Rain Cutter! Kamisato Art! Sumetsu! Whirling Snap!
Stabilize!
Out of the way! I'm going in!
This is order!
Take flight! Yeah! Take cover! Whirling snow! Rain outlines your fate.
Gather!
Get out of here! My apologies! Get out of here! Out of the way!
Stabilize!
Now the path is clear! Let's go!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
I will have order!
Take flight! No, my sword! Huh?
Stabilize!
My apologies! Witness the power of Gugwa! Embrace the ice!
Solidify!
Whirling snow! Huh? Hup. Get out of here! Take cover!
Stabilize!
Take flight!
Though, as expected... What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but... Why are... Huh? You mean the girls from the series? And then they were and all the boxes of things. These names. What's this over here? Looks like some kind of... Experiment number 16 aims to verify the experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22... Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. How can someone write something that terrible? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why he... Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it? No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface? In any case... Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just can... Mixing in progress... Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep! Oh! Look! There's an important-looking basin over here! And it's full of water! That means this is where they make all the synth! And that, if you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can... Paimon will take notes on this incriminating... Let's see what's written... Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the old dog. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals this. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything that way. Even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the Sure thing. Paimon won't You take that side and Paimon will... Nothing at all! And Paimon can't even find snacks either! Whoa, really? Let Paimon see! Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lovers? Then... you found her... Aww. It's just a normal diary chronicling their loves. So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. The final name she decided... Marcel! Wait, but... Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache...
And whose image? Is it a man named... Oh, so you do...
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly...
I was waiting...
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of—
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I expect they've
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair, and we already know after your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to— You even created Marcel as a new identity, and destroyed all records of your past as
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that. And with that, Marcel's motive has
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living. So, you never noticed how we changed, or—
You also never understood Boss's real expectation.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, they said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, you only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice. Your Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes. But I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be dissolved.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to— I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the— I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot dog.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guard—
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Venier. Please, Venier. Don't think—
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's—
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show—
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher, and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Venier. During an underwater expedition, Venier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea, and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others, and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel, and began to operate a business. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to— However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their— Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar— However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed— Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the— The oratrice will now— According to the judgment of the oratrice, guilty.
Guards!
good. It's what.
With that, the serial
We really just witnessed history. Who would have...
Yippee! We have not. He's hurt so many innocent people and now. Huh?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely...
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come.
Yeah. See, Papa? Spina's...
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been... Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has any...
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the...
Please respect the laws of Fontaine.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over...
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no... The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique de... Guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! What's with this verdict? Is your
Huh? This has never happened before.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case.
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is... Guards, please take this...
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been...
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, all I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Why are you looking... I don't know what happened there either.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's...
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really...
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect... Don't tell me. You thought...
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious...
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, and... of course, for every performance, there is a script. If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, all shall be revealed in time. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hang...
So she chose to...
So you're saying we should...
She probably just put on that performance to save face. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal
All right. After all, he's done...
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease! Or
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. I erased all records of that name.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all of... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I...
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make...
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of...
This request, is it worth as much to...
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy... Very well.
Your Honor,
I will go with him. You do not need to...
In that case, I shall...
Thank you. Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you...
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you...
Vinier, it's me!
Vache?
I'm here! Where are you, Vinier?
Hey, wait! Be careful!
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You look a lot older than I remember.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20... All this time. Only the thought of bringing you back has... I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my... Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I...
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better if not for you. I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been... If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown... It's all because of your selfishness.
Wait, you are not Vignier.
You're right. I am not Vignier. I am every woman who died by your hand. As our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed, our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea. And we were no longer individuals, but we became one. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. The only one I am not.
Why? But then...
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her... This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and... But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and the only thing you are not is From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has...
No! Vignier! She can't hate...
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really... But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no... Vache.
Vache?
Vache.
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 Drown.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able...
Huh. Well met, partner.
Even this weather can't put a damp...
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia!
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy. It's just been one thing after the other. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many...
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's...
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in... Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too?
Yeah. Way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was... I believe the story was called... To be fair, though, it was she was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an...
Oh, yeah. She told us about that. She's always been super interested.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the... Oh, and in other news...
Oh, are you two on better...
While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Clorinde gave testimony. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being
Oh, that's great! Paimon also thought Clorinde wasn't actually a bad person.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved... Oh, actually...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave. And on top of that...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Sure thing.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off.
Yeah, you're right.
Huh? There's someone there already.
Hmm?
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no... I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to...
In that case, I will stop.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Mr. In any case.
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is... There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct, which is also what I believed that a true... But Mr. Callus proved me utter... If not for his sacrifice, Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter. And in the end, a justice. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Miss... This regret has filled me with a... That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for...
So, you're
Sorry about that.
Didn't I...
So now, let's not disturb them. Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Huh? Oh no. Paimon... Anyway, Nervalette is still standing...